Is college really worth it these days? Folks have been losing faith in higher education as campuses transform into breeding grounds of liberal indoctrination. According to Gallup, Americans' confidence in higher education has taken a nosedive, plummeting to a mere 36%. But who needs that four-year degree anyways? Companies are increasingly dropping college requirements for their jobs and focusing more on real-world experiences. Okay, so the truth is, and I think a lot of this was instigated after the pandemic, a lot of companies have said, you know what, we don't need a college education anymore. We're more interested in life experience, Harold.
Look, costs are high. People are trying to find the best jobs. I think what we've said on the show, the Senate today held a hearing on the proposed merger of the PGA and the LIV. Yeah. It might behoove them to hold a hearing on things we've talked about in terms of why these costs keep going up and what are these kids getting out of it. Private sector companies do these assessments every year. If something worked last year doesn't mean it's going to work next year. You figure out what you need to be doing from your head count to your strategy and sales to what you're doing in terms of developing new innovations and new products. We have to do the same with education. Now, I'm a believer that AI is going to change the way we think about what kids should be learning, even as we think about today the needs with cops and teachers and family doctors and so forth. But AI is going to make it where that this kind of technology can do some of the things that we want kids to try to learn today, which I think is the reason liberal arts education remains so important. Some people who get caught up in politics think liberal arts means something political. I think liberal arts just helps you it teaches critical thinking and problem solving. If you have that skill set, you can do anything. And in fact, you won't behave so crazily if indeed you're taught those basics. So I hope as much as we rethink college, we rethink how we teach a liberal arts education at a younger age as well.
Dana, do you think that colleges really focus on critical thinking and problem solving as Harold just suggested?
I think some do, right? And I think at some of the smaller schools, or a school like Purdue, for example, this is a school that hasn't increased tuition in many, many years, and they figured out a way to make sure that students are actually getting what they need. And also, there's no reason that somebody who's graduated from high school should go into college and have to take remedial English. So K through 12 is the answer here because we want people to have that opportunity.
Yep.
Right now, four-year college does guarantee, well, right now, if you get a four-year degree over the course of your lifetime, you are going to make a lot more money than somebody who doesn't have one. That could change in the future. And I think a lot of parents want their kids to go to a good school, but problem of supply and demand. Demand is down because the quality of the supply is really bad and it's overextended. However, there are some good news on the horizon. Neil Ferguson and Barry Weiss are part of a group that is starting a new university. It's called the University of Austin. Check it out. They will have students the fall of 2024. They are going to make it one where free speech is allowed, where you are getting a classical education, and the number of applicants that they had, 5,000 applicants for professors in the first 3 months after they announced.
Wow. And
if you are somebody who wants your kid to go to a place where you're going to get a good education at a good price, check this out. It's called the University of Austin.
All right, Greg, some of the businesses that hire people specifically for IT say that is the one area that you really don't need a college degree.
Right. It's kind of like, what was IT before there was IT? Do you ever wonder what that job was?
Yeah.
Oh, Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. Yeah, you worked at Radio Shack?
From the Xerox copy machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He would always come like twice a day.
Guy.
He had his big bag. I hate to say it, but I got nothing out of college. I got nothing, but except that it allowed me to age 4 years, which was probably the biggest, most substantial thing that happens, is that your brain grows a little bit, you become less risky, you start thinking about the future. But I can't say there were classes other than like fiction and things like that.
What about the people? I hate
the people. I hated everybody. They hated me. I hated them. I was a very lonely young boy back there, Harold. But anyway. But I don't want to be like Megan Rapinoe and say, hey, you don't need it after I already got it. Because you can't, because there are millions of people who should go to college, but it does need a complete revamp. And I was going to bring up University of Austin. We need small, efficient, low-cost colleges taught with like enterprising, high-achieving instructors that can then be zoomed out. So you could have the best math teacher in the country teaching you math, and it just not happens to be in the classroom. It's so funny to think about it. On any given day, there's 10,000 people doing the same math problem taught by 10,000 different math people. or math teachers. That's idiotic. You only need one person to do that. Sorry. But so I just think that we need like realistic college for a realistic life. Education on how to live your life would be kind of nice. It'd be great for billionaires instead of going to outer space to work on the inner space, Jesse. You could steal that too.
I got to cross that off. All right. Do you want to wrap it up?
I was lucky enough that my parents paid for my college. If I couldn't have afforded it, I would have been underwater, $250,000 at 22 years old. And then I went into television and they paid me $12 an hour. So I'd still be in debt by then. So I don't want to discourage people from going to college. You learn how to live without your parents and you learn how to socialize and you learn a few things. But if you live in places, maybe not the Northeast, maybe not California coast, there are a lot of opportunities in the energy sector, in real estate, where you can jump right from your senior year and maybe even make $90,000, $100,000 right after college.
Actually,
and that's not something you want to just turn your nose down.
Can I mention one other thing? My brother-in-law teaches a coding class. It's a 3-month course that is done through the University of Denver. They contract it out. So he teaches us. He has a new crop every 3 months of people. It's the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. And these people are making huge differences in their lives going forward and able to work at these tech companies making a lot of money.
He learned to code.
He did learn to code. He's teaching people to code.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.